Quick TED story. I'd never heard of TED before, and about 5 years ago, had heard about it, applied, and was pleasantly surprised when I was accepted. I tell a lot of people that I have a friend who's a really good hacker, hacked the database at TED. That's how I got in. A lot of different stories, but I was really happy to be there. And my friend Adam said, "Oh, you've got to meet my friend Steven. You've got to meet my friend Steven." And I'm like, "Okay, great." So I'm going to this barbecue. It's this kind of before TED barbecue, and it's obviously the TED crowd. I'm very intimidated, I'm going there. A lot of really cool, famous people there, and the first person I meet is the only person that I was introduced to that was at TED that I would even possibly know, and that was Steven. And sure enough, at the barbecue, he's the first person I met. And I just thought, wow, this is such a good omen, such a good sign.
Small world.
It's an absolute small world.
Through Adam out of New York, I live in San Francisco. Been going to TED for about 10 years, and just happened to be able to change my schedule so I could be at TEDxTokyo, and it feels just like regular TED. It's great.
Yeah, that's to me, I just got chills when he said that, because it's wonderful, because people who have been to TED have already made that comment. Steven's one of them, just like, it feels like TED, and that's not always an easy thing to do, to translate a vibe or a feeling into another culture, another place. And thank you for sharing that. It really makes me happy to hear that.
You just have to have the Beethoven music, or that Chris uses, when everybody walks in the hall. Oh, I actually have it on my iPod.
Oh, do you? We've got actually, I'm trying to think of the name for it. It's Kyoshi, the sticks that are hit together.
Oh, yes.
At the sumo?
Hyoshigi. So we went to sumo. We actually went to sumo.
I went yesterday.
Did you go yesterday?
Yeah, it was great.
We went to sumo, and they were there, and Todd Porter, the co-founder, said, "We've got to get, that would be so cool to have these." And so
bamboo sticks, I think, right?
And so I went and bought them. They're actually not bamboo sticks. I went and purchased them, and my brother, who's a volunteer, so right at break time, he's going around and clicking those, telling people it's time to start, it's time to go back and all, it's time for TEDxTokyo kind of thing.
Exactly.
So we've localized that actually a little bit.
Perfect. I love it. So kudos to Patrick and everybody at TED.
Wonderful. And we've just had the honor of having Jake walk back in the room. You guys might want to get Jake.